Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another movie review. My sensational honey, TTR, sent me Doctor Strange. And you probably already know this, but I'm a huge fan of Doctor Strange. And the movie did not fail on any plane to entertain me thoroughly. And it's by far one of the best movies I've seen in a good long time. It's just an unbelievable superhero film. And it's not just about the eye candy, but it's also a stupendous script. And it's a lot different from, well, the way he comes to gain his ability, actually, it's a little bit different from the animated version. And I actually like this one a lot better. And I liked the master, the ancient one being female. I thought that was a very different twist. And of course, there are a lot of things that I really loved about this film. It was just mystical and mesmerizing. I was completely transfixed throughout. I can't really. There are no quibbles or quabbles or no kvetching from me at all. It's just a perfect film. Dare I say perfect. But Benedict Cumberbatch, I don't think they could have chosen anybody better for this role. His delivery was just spot on. And I've seen the original animated version. I've seen other... I've seen episodes of Avengers with Doctor Strange, and I thought he has the perfect timbre for this particular role. And it suits him because at first he comes across as kind of, you know, a chauvinist like Tony Stark, but he has a lot of redeemable qualities, and he's got this unbelievable mind. He's just an absolute genius, which we learn later on. But the movie in and of itself is fascinating because I have actually studied a lot of mystical things and metaphysics and entanglement and multiverse theory, and yeah, I'm familiar with my chakras and crystal healing, and I know all of it sounds kind of woo-woo and kind of hippie-ish, but you know what? There is merit to all of this. I am a scientist, don't get me wrong. I am a scientist at my core, but I delve into things that have no real tangible... Actually, they do. It's just, it's on another plane that we really can't fathom very well because we are very tactile creatures. We need empirical proof, which, you know, I'm analytical, so I get it. But spirit, too, is something that I've always been drawn to, like a magnet. I can't turn away. As far as movies go, yeah, it was epic. It was awesome, and I loved every second of it. And Benedict he was phenomenal. He was astronomical, and that costume looks very good on him. Ooh, sorry, had to, but ooh, okay, I'll stop now. But yeah, I was thinking, you know what? I would actually think that I myself would make a good female version. Yeah, I'm going to try to pull that off someday. I don't have the accoutrement, but someday I shall. Right now, I do not have that, but I shall someday. Intention is the first step. Dreams are intentions brought to manifestation. Anyway, sorry. I'm going all metaphysical on you. But as far as films are concerned, I give it 2 thumbs way up, 5 stars, hands down. This is probably my favorite of all the Marvel films. I know this is a big claim for me to make, being a Marvel fangirl, and I also like DC too. But preferring Marvel over DC, I have to say that Doctor Strange is by far the epitome of an action-adventure film. And their version of Dormammu, whew, I had goosebumps. I really did. I had goosebumps. I was contorting into my little shell. I thought, no, I mean, this wasn't good, but how he comes about encountering Dormammu is very interesting too. Is he goes about it very innocently, and I thought, you don't know what you're doing. You stop. No, because I've seen the original. In the original, I thought, yeah, you know what you're going up against, and you are aware that this is a creature that is just evil incarnate, and whew, yeah, just the mere mention of that. Whew. He who shall not be named. Let me just put it that way. Anyway. Alternate dimensional beings are no picnic. Trust me. Yeah. I've seen things. and I don't tell people. Because it's just, for me, it's really challenging. Because there are those I trust with this information, and they don't think I'm insane. And then there are those who I talk to, well, I don't tell people that I don't know, because if I do, they'd probably call the paddy wagon and have me sent away. And I'm perfectly sane. My mind is sound. I am sane. I just, like I said, I have seen things that I cannot explain. And I see these elements quite a bit in my life, and I don't know why I have this ability, and to me it's more of a blessing than anything, but it just makes me wonder why me? I mean, I'm just a human being. I'm not different from anybody else. It's just quite the experience. That's all I can say. I just take it for what it is and embrace it and take it as my gift, and hopefully I can make other people realize that this, like she says, what is reality? And I thought, preach it. But good question. Maybe it's just all a simulation, and when we wake up, it'll be completely unlike anything we've ever even fathomed, but that's theory. Anyways, stick around to the end. The ending is very funny. It actually reveals something I'm not going to say, because if I do, it'll be huge plot development and spoiler. So, doink! Ain't gonna get nothing from me. But that's basically all I have to say about Doctor Strange, and I loved every last second of it, and it's just spectacular. It really was. I can't say it enough. It's just it's a miraculous film, and it's so very mystical and magical and enchanting and entrancing and bedazzling that you cannot look away. There are a lot of things that it makes you feel like you're in an Escher painting. This is that incredibly insane and surreal, but it's just mind-boggling, and it will really cause you to think quite a bit. And like I said, a lot of the subjects that the movie speaks of, I believe in very, very, very stoutly and firmly. And I know these things exist, like neuroplasticity. I thought, yes, they are delving into that right now. It's a new thing, and you're hearing more and more about it. And I thought, they're going to talk about my field, and well, the field that I wish I could get into, which is it's called neurocardiology. And I can't tell you how deeply I feel about this field, because it's something that I want to get into it, but I don't know. Apparently the universe doesn't want me to. The universe wants me to do something else, but in my way, I'm doing what I can by just being kind to others and showing compassion. And I think that's what the Sorcerer Supreme do too, by defending our planet from evil. And that takes a lot of courage, and especially with the monsters from the ulterior dimensions. Woo! Yeah, nightmare fuel. But anyway, that's about all I have to say about Doctor Strange. So until next time, live long, prosper. Ciao, tutti.